Okay, everybody, I'm not even sure if I'm on the air. I believe I am. Let's see here. We're getting some. I'm getting some strange, like, anomalous, weird shit going on here. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with my computer. So let me see what I can do to resolve, see if I've got something going on this end. I'll tell you what, we're going to get rid of that. All right. I was trying something new tonight with one of my cam capture deals, but it seems to be taking up too much bandwidth. So we're just gonna not do that right now, and we're going to see what else we've got here. Okay, we've got in the upper two boxes up there. We're watching again these very small, uh, usually peaceful protests going on. Anyway, we got a lot going on. I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about fan productions. It's something that a lot of people don't even really know anything about. And the truth is, there's a lot of really cool fan productions out there, especially for certain franchises. Now, I will say, most television shows never have fan productions made. It's a pretty rare thing when it happens. Tonight I'm going to go into a deep dive a little bit with you guys on fan productions. Why? How? Who? Where's the money come from? Why do they do it? And where's it released? And how do I watch them? I'm going to do it all for you tonight. So we're going to go through the news real quick. There's not a lot of big news. It's a typical Sunday after a slow weekend. I will tell you guys, I've got the studio pretty much finished. Not finished. It'll never be finished. But I mean, this phase of it, I've got that side of the studio all put back in order, and I can show it to you. There we go. This is the new view here. Yeah, it's a little weird, but I don't care. I wasn't going to disturb my curtain lights, and so I said, well, I'm just going to leave it like that. I have no audio going out. Now there's my audio back. I'm having issues tonight, guys. I don't know if it's computer issues. I moved a lot of things around in this studio over the last 2 days. And so I'm not sure how much of what I just said even went out. I don't think any of it did. God. All right, so if anybody is in the chat room, if you can just put something in the chat room. I'm showing 25 viewers, but no one is chatting. And it's off again. I'm showing that I'm broadcasting audio. Okay, I'm showing it's on, so I don't know what to do at this point. All right, let me see if I can solve that out. All right, can you guys hear me now? Let's try this. I'm going to mute this. Check this. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is mic number 2. Mic number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mic number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will this get us 5 for tonight? Mic 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know what's wrong with my Scarlet box over there. Okay, very good. I'm just going to stay here. I'm using the microphone that's on my cell phone that I'm using for the camera, but it is a really good microphone on there, almost as good as the broadcast. So we'll just leave it there for right now, as long as you guys can hear me. So tonight, we're going to talk a little bit. There's not a whole lot of news going on tonight, but we are going to talk about what's going on. The shots above are live, but as you can see, there's only about 3 of them. They're just getting duplicated up. The ones over my head here are downtown Portland, but right now they're not showing any activity. Those are both live. Those are cams that have been set up for when stuff happens. Upper right and upper left are both cams monitoring tonight's civil unrest, which looks like we're down to just a couple of cameras and just a couple of protesters. So I don't know if this is a good idea for these folks to broadcast every night, how few people actually go down there and take part in these. I mean, they literally some nights are broadcasting the fact that there's nobody there. I mean, maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. I don't even know what side they're on. I'm just saying, it just seems kind of strange. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk. We're going to talk a little bit about that. There's really nothing to talk about on that. But I'm going to keep up the screen so we can see what's going on. Keep an eye on the crazies and what's going on. All right, the second thing is I worked on the studio all weekend. I worked on this studio all weekend, and it's been a hell of a project. Here you go. Here's the new views. There's Daddy Kitty sleeping over there, and here is the new view of the studio, and still straightening up, not quite completely done yet, but you can see there that I moved this camera up here over to there where it is now. I know it's behind the fairy lights, but that's okay. You can see the whole studio that way. And the other one over here, you can see the whole studio that way. And so I've got this part of the studio pretty much done. Everything's hooked up, everything's working, and everything is online. And so I'm going to be getting all these feeds back up going again. But this is all set to go now, and I actually have um, one, two, three, four, five computers over there, and I'm going to be putting up some more stuff over there. I also got those lights a long time ago. I finally put them up over there over the monitors. I think they look pretty cool. They do a bunch of different things, and I think it kind of looks cool. It's like electricity coming in or something. So I put those up there just for shits and giggles, and I've got different things going on. And I think it looks good now that I got all the monitors straightened out and everything else. Up in the upper right screen there where the dog is right now, they've got one of those heart puller ads going on right now. That's Heroes and Icons, H&I. And every night, Heroes and Icons during the week plays Star Trek. And they play them all. They start out at 8 o'clock with Star Trek, the original series. Then they go to Star Trek The Next Generation at 9, Star Trek Deep Space Nine at 10, and Star Trek Voyager at 11, and Star Trek Enterprise at straight up midnight. It's a great way to do your rewatch if you're still into watching commercials. So I suggest that you guys check it out if you've got a lot of towns now. Oh, this is the one where Data creates his own offspring law. Remember that one? Man, that's a sad episode at the end too, with the admiral and all that. And oh man, very very emotional. Star Trek is just such an amazing show. Okay, well, you can have these monitors. You can have ones just like it for 10 or 15 or 20 bucks at your local Habitat for Humanity. I kind of skip Goodwill because Goodwill's become so corporatized and so expensive. They're wanting $40 for a computer monitor that was only worth $80 when it was new. And I can go into Habitat, that brand new one over there, the one below the one that has Star Trek. That's a brand new one. I bought at Habitat up in Blairsville, Georgia. I got it for 12 bucks. It's 32-inch screen. Nothing wrong with it other than there's no remote. I don't need a remote. I got 27 TVs or something in here. Could you imagine if I had 27 remotes? It's bad enough. Look at, these are all lighting remotes. I mean, I've got lighting remotes out the ass sitting all around. And the problem is some of these work make other lights do things. So you gotta be careful where you point the infrared, you know what I mean? A lot of my stuff, like the umbrella light and that red light that you see in the middle there, those two, for instance, they're on my home hub. They can be white or colored, whatever. Those two bulbs are completely programmable. Everything else has like a little remote. That big light I showed you last night, I hung it up here. So now this could be as bright as I need it to be now to make the effect the way I want it. That's for 40, 30. I think I got it for cheaper, but I don't know how long you can get it or if you can still get it for that price. But for 20, 30 bucks, whatever I paid for it, amazing. I think they're like 35 bucks full price. Wall wash lights are very bright. They have to be because you're washing a wall. When you reflect light off of a secondary surface, it has to at least be twice as bright. That's why uplighting, when you go into an office that has uplighting instead of downlighting, the lighting is subdued. It's better on the employees. There's a lot of reasons why you would do that, but it's not as efficient because a lot of the light is lost in the process. So anyway, long story short, I like these, that big stick I showed you last night. I'm going to be putting a number of those in the studio here because I do like the umbrella, but it's just so big. I think I can move it up and back further but I do like the fact that it fills in everything. I do like the sharp colors on the sides and the purple and the red and the blue. I like all that. Don't get me wrong. That's why I put this one up there. But but I also want the white light in the front so I don't look like emaciated or something. All right. But anyway, yeah, I've got a healthy number of remotes here. All right. I charged my radio last night. I played around with it some. I have found nothing that I don't like about it. The only negative that I could say is I don't think it has a flashlight. I personally don't care. Do you know what I think about it not having a flashlight? It's the first big boy radio now. It's a big boy radio. You don't need a flashlight. You're not a kid anymore. I'm happy with it. I like the desk charger. I'm leaving that right on my desk. I got the desk charger for my 17, and I'm gonna have those two desk chargers up over here out of the way, and those radios will be there all the time. I know I'm using a backup mic right now. I'm having issues. I can switch back
to the primary mic. Okay, can you guys hear me? Mic 1. Mic 1. Test 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me on mic 1? And tell me, is 1 better than 2? This is 1.
This is 2.
This is 1. Tell me which one's better. Okay, I'll leave it over here. All right, so if it goes out again, let me know. I'll try to keep an eye on things, all right? My S20 phone quit working today. You believe this? Completely quit working. And I can't get it to power up. I don't know what the hell. Mike's 1's better. All right, I'm going to stay on 1 as long as it's working. I've tried the reset, which is to hold down the power and the volume down. I've tried a bunch of different things. I've left it on charge all day on 3 different wires. Nothing seems to affect the change. I guess it's done. I got about maybe 8 or 9 months out of it, which kind of sucks. I figured I'd get a year or 2 out of it. Okay, good. We're good then. Okay, so anyway, I hate to bitch a lot about everything, but I got to tell you guys, I'm pissed at Amazon right now. I've been over the moon with Amazon a lot, and I pump them up a lot. I talk a lot of good shit about Amazon. I'm one of their fanboys. I love Amazon, whether it's ham radio or broadcast equipment. I mean, you get the best deals on there if it's something they carry. Here's the thing. They're way over promising the shipping. I used to get things overnight no matter what. Even during COVID, I'd get it overnight, except for rare occasions. But recently, up till about maybe a year ago, they never missed. Never missed, okay? They always, on time, on target, right location, followed my instructions. Perfect. I love Amazon. I'm a Prime member and have been for years. I'm going to tell you something. They have pissed me off over the last week. I bought $2,000 worth of shit from them. Okay? I had it all shipped to the same place. I ordered it all with the button clicked that said delivery in 24 hours. I had the other button clicked that said Prime only, which means that it's stuff that's already in the Amazon system. It's approved sellers, and it's stuff that can be promised in 24 hours. I've never had a problem with that. I clicked that and I ordered all this shit, like 20 things, including my laptop. I've gotten maybe a third of it. Today, the 5 things that were supposed to come today, 3 of them right at the delivery time. It always says, on these other 2, it said your delivery is going to be between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. The other 2, other 3, it never popped up and said when the time was, just the date. And of course they missed it. Now it's gonna, oh, your new delivery date's tomorrow. It's like, you bastards, this stuff was supposed to be here Saturday. And on Sunday at 3 in the afternoon, they're telling me now Monday. My laptop was delayed till Sunday. Now it's delayed till Monday. Now it's coming UPS. What the F? Amazon, you are missing the mark. I love you guys, but what the F? I'm seriously pissed. Is it that big a deal? No, and that's why I'm not on here saying drop your Amazon Prime. I mean, whatever. You get the stuff in a couple days. I'm not trying to say it's a deal breaker at this point, but I'm aggravated right now. What if I had ordered this stuff for a gig? What if I had a gig Monday morning and I had to get all this stuff together for Monday morning? Here it is coming up on Monday morning now, and all I ended up getting was them 2 cameras and the radio and the screen, and that was it. I think that's all I've gotten so far. And today I got this, just to show you guys. This is what I'm building right now, all right? And I want to show you guys, let me switch it over here so you can see a little better in all the views. This is what I'm building, and it's a tripod. You can see here, it's like a lighting tripod. It is not like a video camcorder or a big camera tripod. I purposely did that. On the tripod, you have everything you need here to go mobile. I've got a high cap battery. This battery hooks up to charges, and once it's charged, I'm at 100%. I just charged it. This thing right here will run the air card and both phones, because I can put another phone on here as well so I can see the chat room. So I have a phone on the gimbal, which I'm going to show you here. That's why I had to pull this off so I could lower this so you can see it. I have a gimbal now. Yes, a gimbal. Do you believe that? Look at that. No more of that jumping around like a drunk cameraman. I have a gimbal now. I haven't even hooked it up or plugged it in yet, but it's here. The phone goes onto the gimbal here. And what this gimbal does is it will electronically keep the phone perfectly level. And you can use the handle here. I believe that there's a little joystick here. You can move it up and down, left and right. So basically, it's kind of like you can sit it on the tripod where it's very stable, and then just use the joystick on the camera right here. And it's going to give you guys a much better experience, okay? So I got the gimbal. Some of this stuff I already had, but the next thing down on the tree, and I don't have it on here yet because I don't have all the parts for it yet, but the next thing down on the tree is it's going to go here in here, and that's the phone. Your phone that's going to have the chat room on it goes right in there, okay? And then your phone that's doing the broadcasting goes in the gimbal. And then your air card goes right here, and then right below that I got another bracket that's going to hold the battery, and it will go right here. So this whole tree basically, and then it can go up and it can go down. It can go up, I think, a total of 9 feet. I think it goes up 8 feet, 9 feet at the top of the gimbal. Also, the remote on the gimbal comes off the gimbal, so I can actually set it up over there and use the remote. It also does things. It'll also do some other functions too, which I'm not even that aware of yet. But this is the setup that you guys are going to be seeing me use now, and this battery connects to the air card, which is a standard jet pack. Okay, it also connects to the phone that I'm using for the chat room. It also connects to power the gimbal, and it also connects to power the phone on the gimbal if necessary. I prefer not to connect that one up if I don't need to. So the plan is to have that phone for sure fully charged. But I will be able to plug that in even on the gimbal. I've actually got a really thin wire. I have this really thin charging wire that I'm going to have wrapped around here, and if I need to put it on there, this is thin enough that the gimbal will still work. I just have to be careful that there's enough loop on it. So that's it. I got my gimbal, the remote, chat room. The chat room camera goes right at the top here, just below the gimbal. So while I'm holding this like this and I'm gimbaling around, my chat room is right there where I can see it. So I'm not going to use the chat room on the gimbal. I'm going to use a separate chat room. And they'll both use the same jetpack for internet. Okay? I'm also considering getting one big enough here that will hold my tablet, because my tablet only weighs twice as much as a standard phone. That's not that much more. So I could put a full-size tablet on here. It would be a lot easier to see my chat room and see the stats and the numbers and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I wanted you guys to see it. Here it is. It's the whole frickin' setup here. I like it. It's like I said, it's gonna have all the wires all set up on it already. I'm also looking at getting the little wires like this. These wires like this that are small with the bungees, and that way it'll still gimbal up there. You see what I mean? I can still gimbal with this, and so that's kind of the plan. So this will be somewhere. You'll have about 5 of these wires that will run up and down the pole, and they will charge everything off of this one supercell battery. This battery will keep this entire rig on the air for probably about 12 to 18 hours. So that's really some good staying time if you think about it. So very happy with this battery so far. Are there 2 feeds running? What are we talking about? This is the only thing I'm broadcasting other than the 7.2 and maybe some scanner stuff on the other channel. Oh, I had the same problem. I was in a blank chat room for a while, and I had to actually hit top chat, live chat a couple times to get it to come up. But I was able to get it to come up. Yeah, we had a weird start tonight. I don't know what happened, but anyway. So I'm showing you guys this real quick. This is just the setup for the mobile rig. That's the mobile rig, okay? Now, that whole thing folds up, believe it or not, and stands in my passenger seat. And there's a spot there where it fits right in there in front of the computer and everything. So that way the air card and everything's still up high, and I plug it into the car. I plug this. This is a really cool thing. I got all 4 of the peripherals charging off of this. All I have to do, I can charge this while it's being used. So I have one in the car that will plug into this. So while I'm rolling, all this other stuff's turned off, all except the air card. So I'm charging this is charging the air card, and everything stays charged. In the car, I want you guys to see these. In the car, I'm gonna have these. These are amazing little cameras. Look up, little buddy. Look at that. These are 4K, high definition, pan tilt zoom cameras. Believe it or not, they actually have a little bit of optical zooming. They do all kinds of really neat stuff. These were $179 cameras I got on a Black Friday deal for $100 a pop. I got 2 of them. These will literally just stick right on the dashboard of my car, and you guys will see the view. I'm looking at mounting one of them over my shoulder behind me, and on a tripod that will sit in the back floorboard. I've already looked how I'm going to strap it down and everything, and it will sit behind me like this. And that camera will be 360 pan tilt zoom. There'll be another one on the dashboard that will be hanging probably from the ceiling, just to the right of the mirror, and that one will be hanging. These can be used upside down as well, and that one will be hanging there, and it'll be pan tilt zoom. So you can this one can be go out the front window or out the side window or whatever. So I'll have complete control over both of these cameras from inside the car. And also, I could set this up somewhere and come back here and produce the show and pan tilt zoom the cameras from here. This gives me some amazing opportunities with this laptop and these cameras plus my other cameras I have. I can set this whole thing up and just lock it up. I could literally set the cameras up outside a building and just lock up the stuff inside, and then go home and produce the show at home. I don't even have to sit there. So this is going to make what I can do amazing. It's really going to be a huge step up. Has a 1/4-20 on the bottom, goes on any standard tripod. You can literally just sit these around. Now, I take a tripod, I sit it there. I got a 25-foot USB extension cable that has the power extender on it. I take that, I plug it into my laptop. Now I can put this 25 feet away, or 30 feet away even, from my laptop, and it's still plugged in. It's not using bandwidth. When you use remote cameras, you use bandwidth, and that's really not good, because on a remote especially, you want to save your bandwidth for the things you need to save it for. So that's the new camera, and these, like I said, they're pan tilt zoom, and those are going to be used for remote broadcasts, and they're going to be used in the car. They're not going to replace the cameras in here, because these are fine. I want those to go in the car. I've got a little box they're going to fit down in to protect them, and they are going to give us a lot of good service over the years. I also have this. This is a, you hear 100 milliamp, 1000 milliamp. Well, this one's like huge. I'm trying to think exactly what it was. Yeah, it's 100,000 milliamps supposedly. The weight, I doubt you would get quite that much out of it, but let me tell you something. I've had this now for 9 months, and it is worth its weight in gold. I bring this to my cabin, and we like to go sit out on the porch. I'll just sit this there, and we charge our phones off of it for the whole week we're there. And that way I don't have to run cords and all that bullshit. I just put this somewhere where it won't get wet. Put a couple cords on it, and charge it up, and with a full charge. And it has lights. It does different things. You can see there, it tells you the charge on it. This was $70. Really not that much. I mean, when you think about it, $75 is really not that much. And it provides you with, oh, here we go. It's got distress and different things. And even the light has different brightnesses and stuff. Anyway, it's got USB-C, it's got USB-A's, and of course one of those is a rapid, one of the C's is a rapid, and also it's got a 12-volt barrel. Most of them don't have that. This is 12-volt in and 12-volt out. So this can actually run a small VHF radio or anything like that that uses 12 volts, as long as we don't go over the amperage. So on low power, you could easily use like a 5 or 10 watt VHF radio with this. This is an amazing thing to have. With this, I can hook up a camera in that jetpack to this and it'll stay up for 10 or 15 days, broadcasting 24/7 back to the internet. So, absolutely amazing. $75, direct from China. This one here was, I think, $22 or $23, and they come in about 10 colors. I love, you know me, if they come in colors, I get the red one. You always, anytime people like go to events with me and stuff, at the end of the event, it's easy to find all my shit because I got all the red radios and the red antennas and the red batteries. And if you can buy it in red, trust me, I've got it in red. Yeah, don't forget the like button. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the other thing. Dom, you're correct. You should have one of these for bad storms and stuff anyway. Even if you're not a YouTube content provider like myself, you should have at least this $22 battery right here. This will charge, I think, 4 or 5 cell phones all the way to full before it'll run out. This is a lifesaver in a storm. Because inevitably, when you head for that tornado shelter, your shit's going to be at 9% or something. That's just inevitable. And to have something like this down in the shelter already, just leave it down there. Charge it up and just leave it down there. It's a $23 insurance policy. Put a couple wires on it, wrap it up, put it in a plastic bag, and leave it down there. And now when you get there, you're good. You're good to go. There's no reason not to have power anymore because power's become cheap. Now, a word of caution. These are cheap Chinese batteries, okay? They're just inexpensive, like whether they were inexpensive Japanese batteries or inexpensive American batteries, they're inexpensive batteries. And I don't charge these when I'm not here. The reason this one's been charging today is because I've been here all day. I didn't realize my pudding's still out here. They've been out here all day, and I've been in this shack all day long working since about. Is that you coughing, Daddy? So I put it on charge this morning because it was dead. It's up to 65% already on my 12-volt barrel charger. You can charge it USB-C. It takes about 36 hours, or you can charge it on a 12-volt barrel, and it takes about 10 hours. This one charges on a USB-B and a USB-C, I believe. It has those two. It's a weird combination there. It's one of the one just before the C. It's got that one also. I think that's a B or whatever. I don't know, whatever. I get all that shit mixed up. All right. Something just I wanted to tell you guys about because I think it's a really cool thing. You know, it is what it is. Hi, Mom Kitty. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, Mom Kitty. That's my girl. She's so good. That's right. She's feeling much better. She's got most all of her weight back now. And oh, here comes Mr. Jealous, as we call him. Anytime you baby talk a cat, Daddy Kitty shows up within 5 seconds. He responds to it like a fireman responds to a fire. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about. There's not a whole lot going on tonight. The only weather news we have, you guys are going to make this a real interesting bitch for me right now. Okay, so this is the only thing. You can see there inside the pink squares, that's a tornado watch. Inside the red box, that is a severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, and this is near Abilene. And this stuff is moving southwest to northeast. And we do have one storm cell here that just went through Robert Lee, and we are watching that as it moves towards Winters, and it looks like the worst of it split the difference on Abilene, but then some of this one here might come through. This area here right now is under a flood watch, a special weather statement, and a severe thunderstorm warning. Let me go ahead and just analyze this real quick and see if there's anything to be worried about. Let's pull up the local radar here. See, there's a little twist in there. let's take a look. Let's take a look on the splits. Now, what this shows us is the amount of rain on the left, the direction the rain is moving on the right. Okay, the left is high-res reflectivity, the left is high-res velocity, what they call radial velocity. Okay, all right. So let's take a look here. I don't see much in the way of rotation, but we're going to take a look at it in motion and see if we see a couplet on the right or a J-hook on the left. I don't really see much. Now, the good thing is here we have different tower sites, so we can get some different advantages here. I don't really see anything there. Let's go to the Midland Tower site. See, you know, maybe a little bit in there, but still nothing pronounced. That's why it's a severe thunderstorm warning and not a tornado warning. Okay, so that's that. We're going to keep rolling this. I'll keep it in split screen mode, and we are going to continue to watch this as it progresses to the east here. And again, we are in central Texas, west of Abilene. Okay. All right, and this is also a focal point, this area right here. It is also a focal point for, and I can't get it to come up because there's too many layers. But that lime green line, anything inside of that where this storm is about to leave right now, is the potential for strong storms. So, all right, well, we'll see if anything develops out of that. We'll keep an eye on that. All right, let's see. Hey, Daddy, you want to say hi? Say hi, Daddy Kitty. Say hi. What you doing? What you doing? Yeah. He's a good one. He knows it. He's been taking care of the little kittens. She brings them home at night, but she brings them over during the day to eat, and I put down wet food for him. And he goes out and sits with them, and she lets him. Cats know. I mean, they just know immediately from the body language whether that's a cat that's going to be nice to her babies or not. Of course, my cats over here are all pretty cool. They've been pretty cool with her because they're used to it. That's weird, Red. Something weird's going on with the chat room. Yeah, something odd is happening. I'm on live chat. I was on top chat earlier. But now they both look the same when I switch back and forth. Yeah, they're both looking the same now. I normally leave it on live because I try not to miss anything. Alright. Daddy, what are you doing? Seriously?
Seriously, you guys?
Alright, let's see. I want to talk to you guys tonight. Come on, you gotta go now. I'm busy. Take off, Hoser.
Hey, take off, Hoser. Know what I mean, eh?
Now, that wasn't an invite. Take off, Hoser. You need to go that way. Take off. Okay, let's see here. I want to move this to the other screen. Give me just a second here to make a quick change. Daddy, go away. Come on now, seriously, dude. No, take off, Hoser. Take off, eh? If anybody names that movie, I would be so surprised. Hey, take off, Hoser. You know what I mean, eh? Come on, give me the movie. I'll give you another hint. Caw, 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 caw. It was one of the best, worst movies ever. If anybody gets that, I will be genuinely freaking surprised. I will tell you that. Let me just put it that way. All right, I'm setting this up. Give me a second to get my screen straight. Yeah, tonight we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. See, I love Star Trek. I love science fiction. And one of the things that always upsets me about science fiction is the fact that it comes and it goes. And I hate that. Why can't it come and just keep going? Well, Star Trek kind of tried. It does. It goes for years, and then it stops for a few years, and then it goes for a while. It has gotten weird and woke and all the normal stuff that we're dealing with right now. Take off, loser. It is, you know, those kind of things did happen. All right, you're going to go outside if you keep coming through. See, he's a pain in the ass. I move him 3 times, he comes through again. And then he's like, just passing through. I'm not buying that shit. All right, so I'm talking to everybody tonight. I know some of you are Star Trek fans, and some of you are not. So I understand that this may not exactly pertain to everybody tonight, but you two stop it. We got fisticuffs. Take off. You go that way, Ozer. All right. Did anybody get the movie? Nobody got the movie. The movie had Rick Moranis in it. It was a Canadian movie called Strange Brew. And through the whole movie, they kept telling everybody, hey, take off, Ozer. They were like drunk through the whole movie. Oh, come on. Let's not play the game. Oh, bastard. What is going on with this? All right, give me just a second. I'm trying to find all the good websites here so I can show you guys what's going on. Okay, so tonight I'm going to talk to you guys about fan series, okay? Now, most shows don't ever have a fan series. It's something that's actually rare, almost unique. Although there's been a few done here and there that were very small and very compact. There's really only been one show out there, one franchise, if you will, one television franchise that has actually made a deal with people on allowing them to make fan films. And it's kind of amazing when you think about it. These films are non-profit. If they make profit, they can't make them because they're using all the imagery and the music, and they've got to deal with the studio. As long as they only make them no more than, they have to be in 2 parts, 15 minutes each. They can't do any feature length, anything. But they've found ways to make great, and most of the old ones are feature length. They're like 50, 55 minutes long. And then the later ones are, you know, two 15-minute pieces or whatever. But basically, these people love Star Trek. They love science fiction so much. And I'm going to be able to show you guys video tonight because all these videos are public domain. So I'm actually going to be able to show you examples of these videos tonight. Okay. There's a bunch of fan films. Some of them are really cheesy and bad, but I still applaud the effort. I do. Some are fairly good and worth watching every minute of, and others are excellent, top notch. I'm going to go through three of these they're not franchise, three of these fan productions tonight, and I'm going to talk about a few more at the end. These people put their lifeblood into this. I mean, they put everything, their money, their time, their effort, their very lives for a period of time were devoted directly to making these fan films out of love, because they don't get paid nothing. As a matter of fact, most of them paid money into it to make it happen so they could be in it. So you have to see it. It's crazy. Now, there's a bunch of these. I'm going to start with the best one, and then I'm going to talk about a couple of others that I think are just about as good. These were shot on two different sets. One is in New York, upstate New York, and one is in Sandusky, Ohio. It was in Kingsland, Georgia when they shot the episodes, but it's now in Sandusky in a mall. They actually have a full Desilu mock-up of the entire set of the Constitution-class USS Enterprise in a shopping mall where the Sears used to be. And people drop their money to go in and spend time inside almost an exact replica of the Desilu set. Engineering, even with the ceiling and engineering, the bridge, all the different things, the captain's quarters. You guys, I've got videos. I've been all through it myself. Okay, so where do we start? Well, let's just start with the first one. This one here is probably by far my favorite one, because of just absolutely how realistic it is. The acting for amateur actors, and some of these people are budding. I mean, they're getting into the business, but they're amateur actors. A lot of them complete amateurs. They were just doing it. A lot of your secondary people that you see in the background on these are literally just stand-ins. They're friends of friends. They put on the uniform, and they sat in the background and worked the console or whatever. That's what's neat about these. They're made by real people. They weren't made by Hollywood. The decisions were genuine, and I really like it. So this is the first one here. This is called Star Trek Continues, and as you can see, there's a bunch of different episodes here. The very first episode brings back the original actor that played Apollo. You can see him there behind the man that's playing Captain Kirk. The next one there is Lolani. That's a great episode. In that, there's the guy that played the Incredible Hulk is in that. And also, there's several other stars that came and played bit roles in these. The guy that played the $6 Million Man, Lee Majors, is in one of these episodes. People love Star Trek. And even though they were never in it, they'll come and be in one of these just because they want to be in Star Trek. The third one here. Do you guys remember on Mirror Mirror the transporter scene? Do you remember the transporter scene?
Fire.
Where they're getting ready to beam back, and Kirk's standing there on the transporter pad, and he won't get quite on the pad because he's talking to Spock. And Scotty's like, "We've got to go," and Kirk's like, "You can do this. It takes one man." You guys remember that scene? They recreated that scene. And I want to show it to you real quick, because most of you will remember this scene, and this is in the Mirror universe. Spock is getting ready to return Captain Kirk to his universe because he wants to get his Captain Kirk back. And he tells Spock, you don't have to have this evil universe. You could change this. You could make it better. You're a logical man. And they recreate this scene because this episode, which is 50 something minutes long, what is it, 40 minutes long, this episode continues where the other one ended. When they beam off and the other guys beam back, we never got to see that. They beam off and we go back to the regular universe. So we never got to see what happened after Kirk beamed away. Now we do. Spock leads a rebellion. It's amazing. They have phaser fights down the hallways. It's really good, but I'm going to play a little bit of this scene. Again, this is public domain. They won't say anything if I use it. I've used it before. I love these guys. I've been to their stuff, and I've supported them financially a little bit, so I'm sure it'll be cool. So I'm going to play this. I want you guys to see it. See if I can hit this, maybe. I think that would work. It is a weird format. You guys know how that works, because believe it or not, they could have, if they wanted to, this is kind of fun, they could have shot this in whatever format they wanted to. They could have shot this in full widescreen if they wanted to, but they wanted to shoot it in the same 640 by 420 format that the original series was shot on. Everything's nostalgic. Even though you'll notice they're using LED lights, which actually look a little cooler on camera, and they're lighting it better. Even the sets, they're just as good or better than they ever were. You'll see. I'm going to play this for just a minute.
Universe, I must have my captain back. I shall operate the transporter. You have 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
So that time I have something to say. How long before the Hulkin prediction of galactic revolt is realized?
Approximately 240 years.
The inevitable outcome.
The Empire shall be overthrown, of course.
Illogic waste, Mr. Spock. Waste of lives, potential, resources, time. I submit to you that your empire is illogical, because it cannot endure. Submit to you are illogical to be a willing partner.
You have 1 minute and 23 seconds.
If change is inevitable, predictable, beneficial, doesn't logic demand that you be a part of it?
One man cannot summon the future.
But one man can change the present. Be the captain of this enterprise, Mrs. Spock. Find a logical reason for sparing the Hulkins and make it stick. Push till it gives. You can defend yourself better than any man in the fleet. Captain, get in the chamber! What about it, Spock?
A man must also have the power.
In my quarters.
In my cabin is a device that will make you invincible.
Indeed.
Will it be past, future, tyranny or freedom? It's up to you.
They went back in the original files. They even interviewed people to find out what materials they used to make that captain shirt that you see him wearing. You have no idea the length and the work that they went to make this look exactly the same. Because to these people, this is Star Trek is like it is to me. It's kind of a religion almost. It's like, and I don't mean that like that, but you know what I mean. It's like I pay attention to every nuance, you know, everything there is to pay attention to when it comes to Star Trek, and I absolutely love the show, and I love what these people have done to redress the show. And here, let me fix that. There we go. That looks a little better. But anyway, so right now, Kirk beams away.
It is time.
In every...
Hold on just a second. I just realized. Damn it. Hold on, guys. I have to reset this sound every single day or it won't work. I have to go in and set it from C back to D. Okay, that's gonna be Brave. So let me put Brave on D. All right, and then let me set this to D. Sorry, guys. I will eventually have everything I need for this to work properly, but here it is for now.
Revolution. There's one man in the vision.
Captain Kirk, I shall consider it.
I've stood right there on those transporter pads. It's pretty cool. Now, while the ad plays, right there, at this point, you as the audience go back to the regular Enterprise, back to the regular universe. So from this point on, we don't know what happens in the alternate universe. All we know is that years later, the Empire was overthrown and all this, because we learn later in Deep Space Nine some of what happened in the mirror universe. But as far as this goes, of course, and then in Enterprise, we kind of learn how it got this way. It's pretty cool. But, so from right now on, we never got to know that. This whole thing is like a continuation of the episode, which is really cool. Notice the mirror universe alternate transporter effect. It's a completely different transporter effect than they use in the Prime universe. Now these are the real characters. These are the ones that, these are the evil ones from the alternate universe that just got back to the alternate universe. So everybody's back on the right ships now.
What's going on, Mr. Spock?
It is agreeable to see you again, Captain. It appears you were temporarily interchanged with counterparts from a parallel universe. Most of the crew is unaware of these events. I was able to...
I know what happened, Mr. Spock. I want to know why. Who's responsible?
The ion storm created a transporter irregularity, resulting in a transposition of the landing party's quantum wave signatures. Chief Kyle was at the controls. He has been disciplined.
He better have been. Mr. Scott, sir, check the transporter relays, make sure this doesn't happen again. I trust the Hulkins have been done for.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and show the whole thing, but I did want you guys to be able to kind of see what it looks like. They end up, they've got the whole Desilu set. So they've got the bridge, you know, as you can see here, and here's a scene from...
the other bench. But not terrorism command. Join me. Together we shall be the architects of our own future. Attention, crews of the post. This is First Officer Spock. By now you are aware of the annihilation. This action is served.
Soon you've got the time.
All right, so anyway, there you go, and you can see there that no matter where you go in the movie here, they're in the conference room here. Now, when it comes to Star Trek Continues, I'm going to give you a link, as I'm going to do all through this talk here tonight. I could have come on and just been a real nasty prick to everybody and told you it was an alternate universe. All right, so there's other episodes here, as you can see. We've got the White Iris, which is good. Let's see, Divided We Stand. Those two get sent back to the Civil War. It's pretty cool. They end up in a Civil War in an alternate timeline. Really cool. Come Between the Dragons is a neat episode. Lots of really cool special effects, and Embracing the Winds, very reminiscent of the episode Court Martial. They end up on a starbase in a court martial, but it's very different. Of course, it's not Captain Kirk that's in trouble this time. And Still Threads to Shadow is really good. Again, special effects, really good. What Ships Are For? John DeLance is in that one. He played Q. You guys know John DeLance. He plays Q. And There he is right there. You can see him in the picture. That's a great episode, dude. It's just an amazing episode. He did it for nothing. He loves Star Trek. He's a big actor, and he came and did this on his own time from here. And then finally, the bridge, but no pun intended, between the original series and the first movie, right here. And I'm going to tell you something. The final 4 or 5 scenes in this, you'll cry. I'm telling you. It actually sews it up. Bones leaves the service, and Spock heads back for the Kolinahr, and Kirk gets his admiral's uniform, and he's leaving the ship to a new crew and a new posterity, and yada yada yada. And wow, dude, it really puts a bow on the effing thing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to show you enough that I'm going to ruin it for you. But they end up, remember how it all started? This is cool. Remember Gary Mitchell from Where No Man Has Gone Before, the second pilot, which actually aired, I think, number 3 or 4 or 5. Where No Man Has Gone Before. Remember, Gary Mitchell gets the silver eyes, and he can make things move, and he can make people do things and all that. We end up back with the Espers again, the ESP people. And it goes back to that episode, basically. It's kind of cool where it started, and then they literally bring that back into the end episode at the end of the 5-year mission. This is the end of the 5-year mission.
Captain's log starting 6995.1. Several days ago, the Enterprise was rerouted to Aldebaran 3, where, at a top-secret facility.
I want you to notice, with today's technology, they could make this look more realistic, probably, but they didn't want to. They made it look like the same sets that they used back then, lit the same way, painted and made the same way. They were particular about stuff like that. Yes, they did use newer technology and newer cameras, but there was some things like the backgrounds and stuff. Some they did green screen for money. Others, like this, you can tell that this is a set sitting in front of a screen. You can tell. But you could tell on all the original series ones too, and that's the whole idea. I think that's cool.
Starfleet housed 25 humans with extraordinary ESP quotients, leaving a renegade Vulcan and his wife Lana.
So this culminates at the end. There he is in his admiral's uniform, and there's his crew. I want you guys to look at these shots. Look at these shots that they made. That's the same crew 12 times, first of all. But look at that. They actually switch shirts and switch different things and switch seats, and then they would shoot again. But this is where he announces that he's stepping down. He's no longer going to be a captain. He's going to be an admiral now. He's going to work in the administration. And that's Bones there, and of course that's Scotty. Now I want to tell you guys something that if you're like me, it might warm your heart just a little bit. That guy right there that's playing Montgomery Scott is Jimmy Doohan's son. His real, honest to God son plays him in this series. There's a bunch of people that was in the original or kids from the original. They even get the Romulan commander. Do you remember the Romulan commander? Remember they went in the Romulan space and Spock has like an evening with her. Remember all that bullshit? You know, they bring that captain back, but she's an old woman now. So you know what they did? They brought in her daughter. Her daughter looks just like her, and they made her up just like her. And when I first saw her, I'm like, how did they do this? And then I read about it. They used her daughter, and she came in and played it perfectly. So much time, so much energy, so much money of their own money spent to make these fan productions. That's Sulu, that's Uhura, Chekhov, all these young actors that played this did a great job. And this guy here, he's so good. This is Vic Mignogna. He is really good. He's older than he looks, actually. He's aged very well. He's 50-something there, playing a 30-something-year-old captain. But anyway, this speech will make you tear. I'm purposely not letting you hear it. Okay? Because I want you to experience this one yourself. I want you guys, if you're Trekkie fans, if you like the original series, I want you to, right now, I want you to take the time to go back and watch these 11 episodes in order and end out your 5-year mission, and you'll see how everything ended up. It's absolutely amazing. And a lot of people that are Trek fans don't even know that this stuff exists. But yet it's out there. Even if you're not a Trek fan, you can watch this and enjoy the fact that these people put so much time and effort and money and energy into making it look as real as the original series ever did on TV, or more. By the way, this shot right here is all CG. This room never existed. The people were shot over and over and over again, and the room is CG. Here he is saying goodbye to his friends. And then, I hate to even tell you this because I want you to see it yourself. At the end, it ends like this. It's haunting. And I'm not going to let you hear it. I want you to hear it yourself. I want you to experience it yourself. These guys did a miraculous, and I don't use that word ever, job on this. Star Trek is rabbit holes. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so there you go. That's him saying goodbye to his ship. Of course, they refit her, and he takes her back out again later. But still, he doesn't know that at this point. At this point, it's goodbye. And right now, well, if you're reading it, you're reading it. But he's giving his final captain's log. All right, good enough. I don't want spoilers, okay? So, let's say you watch Star Trek Continues and you like it. Vic Mignogna, amazing. The people in it, amazing. The sets, the CG, the sets are, I've been on the sets, okay? We've been on I spent 2 days on the sets. I didn't want to leave. I was a little emotional when I walked in that bridge for the first time, and I sat down in that captain's chair for the very first time. I have to tell you guys, it was spiritual. There was something about it. I looked forward. They had just bought the 100-inch TV that makes the view screen, and I was sitting there, and I walked over, and I sat down on the bridge there, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Give me just a second here. This was from when I was there, just to kind of show you. We were actually on that actual set, and it was a lot of fun. I wore a red shirt the entire day and didn't get killed. That was good. I did have a phaser, but I didn't get killed, so that was awesome. But yep, so that's the same set. That is the set that Star Trek Continues and Star Trek Farragut, which I'm going to get to in just a minute, were shot on. Okay? And when I first walked into in there, and I saw that captain's chair, and I went and I sat down in that chair, it was a little spiritual. I mean, it was like, oh my God. I looked between the two seats at the view screen, and this like chill went over me. Because you want to know why? I always wanted to be on that ship. That was my ship of dreams. I wanted to be on that ship more than anything. Even if it was just a TV set, I wanted to be on that bridge and sit in that chair. And I got to do it. And you guys can do it too. They're about ready to start accepting people now up in Sandusky, Ohio at the mall there. I'll get information to you guys for that coming up. There's also another one in upstate New York. Go see one or the other. They're both excellent sets. There's a third set of just the bridge that they set up at conventions, but there's two full Desilu mock-ups. This one and the one in New York. This one is now located in Sandusky, Ohio. But the first time I went and sat in this chair, it was just absolutely incredible. So that's that. Now let's go back and let's talk about a couple of other ones. The next one I want to talk about is called Star Trek New Voyages. And I don't know what happened to their website, because this is just a terrible, this terrible website. See if I can find their actual. I don't think this is their actual website. No, I guess it is. Okay, so anyway, they originally called this Phase 2. I've never seen, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, here you can kind of see it. There we go. Kind of weird. Okay. There's all kinds of episodes in here. And these I consider to be the next one down below the other ones. These are really good as well. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a sampling here in just a minute. They've got a bunch of episodes here. There's full episodes. Let's see. I just want to give you guys a little bit of example here of
Captain's log started at 7232.5. The Enterprise has spent the last 2 weeks mapping a previously unexplored sector. Long-range sensors indicate a rich uridium vein on the 7th planet of an uninhabited system.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Party is investigating.
I like this scene right here. They went out and shot this, obviously, on location. But this was a great little phaser fight here.
Uridium may be unstable bonds, but it's essential to start.
Just like the other one, it's all different actors playing all the different main characters. They even have someone playing Mr. Kyle and Mr. Whoever and Nurse Chapel and all that. Everybody has a counterpart in this one. They're all different people because this was a completely different production, shot on a completely different set with completely different people. So just to show you how magical and crazy this is, it happened twice.
The source of the sector is going to be extremely important to the Federation for many years to come. Besides, I trust my...
He's got the Bill Shatner down pretty good, doesn't he?
He suffered a terrible loss. Freeman and everything to him.
Duty leaves little time for personal pain.
Or personal relationships. Like uncle, like nephew. Both ignore what you can't control. Grief, family. Don't you see? No amount of throwing yourselves into your work is going to make either disappear.
That hair is either Shatner or Elvis. I can't decide.
You were psychoanalyzing us. I wasn't listening.
Preliminary scans indicate a rich deposit close to the surface. There will be minimal danger in extracting it. Extraordinary find.
Let's mark this vein and rack things up, Spock. Kirk to Enterprise, come in. Kirk to Enterprise, come in.
Signal has been jammed locally.
This is a fan production, guys. Look at this. I mean, they put a lot of effort into this shit.
What the devil's going on here? The big question is, what's going on with this?
And this guy's name's Crowley, Chris
Space.
Crowley. The guy that's the
Final
captain
Fantasy.
in this one, he's the one that spearheaded this one. Great guy, great series.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. It's 5
It
years
looks beautiful, doesn't it?
to explore strange new
Nostalgic yet
worlds, to
fresh.
seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
All right, we're not going to do too much of that music there. I don't want to have to deal with that. What is it? Is this in pieces? Where's the rest of it? Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. All right, you can get these all on YouTube. You do not have to go to their websites. You just go to their YouTube pages. Probably what I should have done all along is just literally pull up this and click the YouTube label down here, and that will take you to it on YouTube. And then once you're there, you can then click Star Trek New Voyages, and it will bring you to their page with all their videos on it. That's usually what I do. I'd rather just go find it directly on YouTube. They got this old man that plays Scotty. He's pretty good, dude. He kind of looks like Scotty. Let me see if I can find him. I want to show you that if I can find it again here. That's the Scotty in this one.
And for you. Wherever you go, whenever you're here, home, Lassie, will always be the Enterprise.
Hi.
Don't he look a lot like old Jimmy Doohan when he was old?
C or D. Those were the voyages, Lassie.
I thought he did a good job. He made a few cameo appearances, this guy, playing the older Mr. Scott. I thought he did great. He looks a lot like him. But yeah, anyway, so there you go. This is their, this is the fan films here. So anyway, I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to play too much of that copyrighted music. I'll have to go back and take it out. All right, so they've got a bunch of different stuff here. Just go to their website, click video, go to their YouTube channel, click videos. It's all right here. They've got a lot of videos on how they made everything and all that. So if you really get into these fan productions, unlike TV shows, they've got all the behind the scenes. They've got the final wrap. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a final wrap compilation. But like for Continues, they've got the final wrap compilation. As everybody shot their last scene, they would hit the slate and they would say, "That's it. That's end of production." And then they would cheer, and that person would get a bottle of champagne, and they'd walk them off. I mean, that's how they do it in Hollywood. It was end of production. They've been doing this for years. I don't know. I just have a lot of good feelings about these fan productions because they have entertained me a lot over the years. And in many ways, these are better than some of the original ones. There's some original series episodes like Spock's Brain and Plato's Stepchildren, and there's a few that are really tankers, man. And I'd rather replace them with some of these. These are really good. But yeah, this shows you there's so many different things to watch here. This is like speeches at cons, different cons. Here, let's do a trailer.
You won't believe it, but I literally wear this car.
They got trailers for all of them and everything. Again, just a lot of time and effort. Here's one of their trailers.
A massive attack on the Federation is imminent.
You guys see who that was? That's Lee Majors right there. That's the guy that played the $6 Million Man.
A massive attack on the Federation is imminent. First in the record. Once they're convincing everybody
To Kronos? With one starship? We fixed the entire Klingon fleet?
Will not dissuade us from our duty.
This is Captain James T. Kirk from the Starship Enterprise, representing the United Federation of Planets.
By the way, that Klingon march music right there first debuted in the first sequence of the original movie, the motion picture, when the 3 Klingons were going in on V'ger. Remember? That's the first time we heard that music. That's one of my favorite pieces of music in all of sci-fi. I don't know why. Because the moment you hear it, the Klingons are coming. It's just an amazing little piece of music that they wrote, and they've stuck with it for years. The Deep Space Nine, if the Klingons showed up in Enterprise, they would even use it in Discovery and Strange New Worlds. When the Klingons show up, da 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 da, you know it's them.
I know something for work in the beginning. Now you are.
Anyone care?
Absolutely not. Bring this ship down the throats. How is this anything better than Planet A?
And you can see these have been a while. This came out in 2014, so we're talking 11 years ago now that this came out. So that was good. That's a great episode. It's a little rough here and there, but great episode. By the way, the audio is actually better in the episode. Some of the audios are not completely done in these. They rush to get these out sometime, and also in this one, George Takei actually makes an appearance, which I think is pretty cool. They beam him back, and guess what?
You will stand down and see, I believe, that you know us.
There he is. That's George Takei, the original Sulu. In this episode, the guy that plays him is in this episode, playing him. And then he gets beamed back, and he spends 50 years on this planet, and they beam him back. And that way they retcon in a reason that they can use the original actor. Again, agreed to do it for nothing. These people got paid nothing for this. Nothing. They love Star Trek.
Dr. McCoy. Boss. You're the same. How can you be the same?
DNA and vitals match Sulu's, but Jim, he's 30 years
years older.
Mrs. Sue, you've been gone less than a minute. The Romulan ship went critical and we tried to beam you both back.
Oh my God. She's all alone back there. You've got to get her. You've got to bring her here.
We lost Dr. Chandra's signal.
Not Lisa. Lisa's dead. She died 15 years ago.
Captain, I'm picking up another signal. Faint as a whisper.
Dr. Chandra's?
Doesn't match the signature.
Yeah, anyway, his daughter comes up. It's a good episode. Look at all these, man. There's so many. These are not all episodes. A lot of these are shorts. A lot of these are behind the scenes. A lot of these show you how they made everything. They're very transparent, and I kind of like that, because if you really like an episode, you can go back and see how they made it, and all that kind of stuff. They've even got, here's the FedCon 2011. There's all kinds of different stuff in here. So if you're a Trekkie and you haven't checked all this stuff out, you really need to check all this stuff out. It's really good. That Blood and Fire is a crazy episode right there. All right, and so that is Star Trek Continues. And I want to get their, let me get their link for you guys here. I don't know why that's... This gets you to their website, and then okay, yeah, this will work. And this will get you to their YouTube page. That's Star Trek Continues. That's Star Trek Continues. And if you got... Or, I'm sorry, that's Star Trek Phase 2, which ends up... They end up calling it... oh crap, I can't remember now. They're still calling it Phase 2 up here. But anyway, these are all from Chris Crowley. And again, completely separate from the other one. The other one is Star Trek Continues. If you guys missed that one, I'll put the link back in for that. Now, the third one I want to show you guys, these guys have been going for 15 or 20 years also. They've got some really good episodes, and that is Starship Farragut. And it's not going to do it for me. I'm going to have to... Oh, you know what? I'll just do it this way. I'll just bring the size of the window down. Yeah, we'll just do it like this. Yeah, we'll just do it like this. Okay, so this is called Starship Farragut. And this is a great series as well. I just discovered this one probably a couple years ago, and I've slowly gone through these and watched them all. The acting gets better in them, but it's still, I think it's worth watching all the way from the beginning to the end. And one of the cool things that they did here was they have switched over to the movie version ships. I don't know where they get the money for this stuff. Let me see if I can find it here. It's their 2025 episode. They just released it. And I don't know. I'll tell you what, let me find it over here. I'll just find it on here, Star Trek, and then 2025. I watched this one just the other day, and they have actually, like I said, they've gone into the movie era. Uniforms and the movie era ships, a huge expense, and they're continuing to do their thing. last year. I was a year off. Star Trek 4. It kind of sounds like Star Trek 4.
A well-deserved rest. As for me, the rescue of RT in confrontation with the alternate Prescott has taken a greater toll than I realized. It's one of the great cliches that Starship Command comes with its own type.
There's the USS Constitution, and there's the Farragut.
It didn't feel so isolating.
The Farragut was a Constitution class originally, like the Enterprise. But instead of refitting it, because it was one of the oldest starships, they decided to go ahead and scuttle the ship and build a whole new one from the keel. And that's what they did here with this Miranda class ship, which, remember, the Miranda class ship is the same type ship that Khan, remember, he stole the Reliant from Captain Tyrrell and went after the Enterprise. That was where we first saw the design of the Miranda class starship, which has the nacelles on the bottom and the roll bar up top with the photon launchers.
And after they left, maybe I just hadn't noticed. But seeing my two closest friends again, even under recent circumstances, brought home just how alone I felt.
So, I was serving with the Queen of England in 1574, because, you know, time travel.
I had no idea he was such a character.
The entire crew deserves to blow off some steam. And how about you?
They did a good job on the movie era uniforms. They don't always get these right. Even he's wearing the jacket alternative, which they made for Jimmy Doohan because he had a big belly. He doesn't necessarily have as big a belly, but he's wearing it because he was the engineer of the ship. He just got promoted to captain, and he's going to the Constitution now. I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but these three characters, these have been the three main characters in Farragut since day one.
Jack, I don't have that luxury. I'll feel better when the ship repairs and upgrades are complete. Besides, how much fun can I have when my two best friends are gone?
Hey, we're just a subspace call away.
Not the same.
Of course not.
Life doesn't stand still, Jack, and neither should you. We'll always be friends, but you need to learn to loosen up a little. Have some fun.
I'm having a hard time picturing that.
I'm not that grim, am I?
We need to get back to the Constitution. Starfleet's ordered us to the Beta Quadrant.
Safe sailing.
Take care, Jack.
I think it's well done, guys. I really do. I mean, I think this is well done. And like I said, this is called Starship Farragut. My purpose tonight was not to sit here and do a screening, so I don't want to play enough that I'm going to spoil it. There's Starship Farragut for you guys. These are the three I would start with. Is there more? Hell yeah. There's some that are really bad. There's some that were shot in people's basements and stuff. But I still applaud the effort. And some of them, I watched one that was shit. Matter of fact, one of the Farragut's earlier outings is really bad. They didn't have access to a ship, so it was all done down on a planet or something. And it was still worth watching. Why? Because the writing was decent. These people have been watching Star Trek for years, and they know what they're writing. They know how to write Star Trek, and good writing and decent special effects and even some decent acting can get you around some financial shortcuts, and that's kind of what they've done. I have enjoyed quite a bit these over the years. And then finally, I want to get to the last one that I want to get to, and this is probably one of my favorite outings, and I will tell you, it gets mixed reviews. I don't care. I like it. It was a project that was done by a bunch of different people, and it included a lot of the original cast. And this is called Starship Renegades, and this is a feature-length movie, okay? And it sews up a bunch of different things that happened in the original series. And I love this. I've watched this movie cover to cover probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 times. There's a lot of people in it that I love. Nichelle Nichols is in it. Walter Koenig is in it. And there's a bunch of other stars that only played in like 1 episode. I'm not going to, I don't want to run enough of this that I'm going to ruin it for you. So I'm not going to do that. But I do want to run it down because there's a lot of spoilers here. There's a lot of bridges. You get to see a lot of different ships. But there is a lot of spoilers in here, and I really don't want to run too much of it.
Oh, I'm afraid you've been misinformed, Captain.
You see who he is? He played in Stargate SG-1. He was a regular cast member for a season or 2. This actor, and again, nobody got compensated for this.
I happen to be a convicted criminal. If I bring you in, guarantee you get a medal.
We're in neutral space. And you're out of your jurisdiction.
We'll see about that.
What bothers me is
Battle stations.
Battle stations.
Let's see how you handle this.
Return fire.
Program another spread now.
I'm very confused right now because this is not the movie I thought it was. This is not the movie. Yeah, this is another fan production. This one I have watched. It's not so bad. It's not Trekkie enough for me, but it's not bad. I will put the link for this in if you want to check it out. It's Renegades. This is not the one I'm thinking of. I need to go find the one I'm thinking of. Because that is not it. I'll find it. Give me a second. It's okay. That's it. All right. Guys, I was thinking of the wrong movie. That movie, I put the link in. It's a good movie. It's got Walter Koenig in it. It's got Tim Russ in it, who played Tuvok. And it's a good movie, too. Was not the one that I was thinking of, which is actually a better movie than that. And that one is called Of Gods and Men. And I'm going to put the link to that one in right now. I strongly recommend this one. You need to take off, Hoser. I'm on the air.
Doesn't help that my dear friend Scotty is still missing, or that Sulu is away in the Gamma Quadrant.
Now see, at the end of the last movie with this crew, Sulu was in the Gamma Quadrant. And Scotty was missing. Anybody know why Scotty's missing? Scotty's missing because he was going to the Norprin colony, and his shuttle went down on that Dyson sphere, and that created the episode known as Relics on Star Trek The Next Generation. So yeah, Scotty's missing. He's missing for another 78 years until they find him in the Janolan crashed on that Dyson sphere. Anyway.
For the next... Go ahead. You know
There's
you want it.
Nichelle. There's Pavel Chekhov, Walter Koenig. Notice they're in the
Captain
newer
Uhura.
uniforms.
Oh, thank you, no. I've already put in my time.
There's Captain Harriman.
John.
Remember him from Ferris
how good to
Bueller's
see
Day
you
Off?
again.
He's great. He played Captain Harriman in Generations, and that's why he's the captain here in this too.
I was just remembering.
All these people did this for nothing
Hello, Commander.
because they love Star Trek.
So what
And there's Crowley in the background. That was the guy that was in that continued series.
What can I say? Starfleet security is as full of red tape as any other department.
Tell me about it.
This is also in widescreen because this is a movie. It's a feature.
Politics, as usual. It's been so long. I'm thinking of retiring.
Was I being obvious? A little. I can't help it. They're living legends. My uncle told me everything about them.
In this, he plays Captain Kirk's nephew, I think. He's not actually playing Kirk here. You can tell he's playing it different.
About your uncle. Don't worry. He made his own choices. He lived and died exactly the way he wanted to.
Because remember, in Generations, the Enterprise goes down on Viridian 3, remember? And Kirk dies helping Picard on Viridian 3. And that just happened not long before this. So that's why they're talking about all this. This movie wraps up a lot of loose ends if you're really into the original series.
I almost left Starfleet over the insight. But Chekhov was aboard the day your uncle died, and he and her convinced me it wouldn't have mattered who was sitting in the captain's chair that day. And since then, we've been the best of friends.
Well, they think he died on the Enterprise B.
We've received a Code 1 distress signal from an automated security beacon that's orbiting a planet with the designation M622.
M622? But that's...
A Code 1 distress call and Starfleet's only ship is a museum?
A brave man once told me.
That's another thing. In this ship right now is a museum. They're in it. That's why the people that are there are wearing like old uniforms, but they're in the new uniforms. You got to watch the whole thing. It's really cool. They end up in the alternate reality on this one, and they end up back at Vasquez Rocks out in California.
Harry Prime.
That's the guy that plays not Gowron, but Duron. No, I can't think of his name now. But he plays one of the Klingons, Deep Space Nine, The Next Generation.
I live to serve.
Ovo, my angry young warrior. You have the terrorist in Kendrick.
Yes, he has been executed.
Really? Then why do I still sense his presence on your ship?
Destroy them!
Weapons are down.
Move us away!
Navigation not responding.
I don't want to give it away. But guys, it's an amazing movie. It's a feature-length movie. and I put the link in there for it. That's that last one. Yeah, that Section 31 movie they did sucked ass. I watched it. It was mildly entertaining. Yeah, Lost in Space. Yeah. Look, when they made Star Trek, that was the standard. And Star Trek set a whole new standard for science fiction, folks. A whole new standard. All right. Guys, I'm going to be clearing. We're coming up on 2 hours. I've managed to run almost everybody off. When I get into Star Trek and ham radio and stuff, my numbers drop like a rock. But I just don't like doing politics all the time. I watched Lost in Space. You know, it was not bad. I liked the cast. It was well done for the time. Remember, it was made before Star Trek. So we're talking like late 50s into the 60s. Where Star Trek was 64 through 69. It was a little bit later. And Star Trek in many ways was the response to Lost in Space. It was the other show that ended up being the better show. They tried to keep it too family for me, but, you know, it is what it is. I thought it was a good show. I used to like the ones when they were in space or when they were out in the chariot more than I liked the ones where they were just at their campsite. Every time they were at the campsite and something happened, it was always the same thing. That stupid kid, Billy Mooney, went out. I like the actor Billy Mooney, don't get me wrong. By the way, he was in a Deep Space Nine episode called The Battle of Wolf 359. Great, one of my favorite all-time Star Trek episodes, where he plays an engineer on this planet where they're trying to hold the line against the Jem'Hadar. And that was a great episode there. But Billy Mooney, if they were at their campsite, which, remember, the one whole season they were basically in the same campsite. They were trying to save money. And what ended up happening was every episode, the kid would go out walking, and he, with the robot a lot of times, or with Dr. Stupid Smith, and they would go out and they would get into some kind of trouble, and the parents would have to come rescue them. That was literally the trope every single episode. And it just got old. I couldn't stand that Dr. Smith guy. I didn't like him. He was just a whiny piece of shit. And they made the kid, I don't know. I can't believe after that they would even put Will Wheaton on Star Trek The Next Generation. It was too corny. It got too corny. It did. Yep, I'm watching Deep Space Nine over there. I love Deep Space Nine and Voyager. Those are my two favorites of all time. Of all time. Deep Space Nine and Voyager. Because if I was stuck on an island for the rest of my life and I could take one TV show with me, it would either be one of those two. I'm not sure which. It would be one of those two. They were definitely the most entertaining of all of them. And don't get me wrong, I love Enterprise and I love I love Next Gen and I love the original series. But if I was stuck on an island, I want something a little more. I really like Voyager. Probably would be Voyager, I think, of all of them. Yeah, and Red, I do agree with you on the rabbit holes, although I do admit when you put too many rabbit holes and you never explore them, or you never give the answer, or you never say what really happened, I get fatigued with that. I liked X-Files, and I got to the point where I didn't watch it anymore because nothing ever got figured out. So you can end up with a little bit of that kind of fatigue. All right, yeah, it looks like the worst of that did pass south of Abilene, Texas. Although they did get a few storm cells that did come through the city. But that one is now moving off south of Clyde. And still no warnings right now. Just watch. Duras. No, he was not. No, he wasn't Duras. He was Martok. House of Martok. He was Martok. He was General Martok. He was their field marshal general, the highest general under Gowron, who was leader of the High Council. Yeah, Martok. You got it, Victor. Because remember, in Deep Space Nine, Worf actually becomes a member of the House of Martok at one point. So, all right, guys, anything else, throw it in the chat room. I'm getting ready to clear for the night. It's been a fun night. I've enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I gave you guys some new stuff to watch. I think if you like Continues, you'll like Phase 2. If you like Phase 2, I think you'll like Farragut. If you like Farragut, check out Renegades and check out that other movie, the Of Gods and Men. That's what it's called, Of Gods and Men. Those are both feature-length films, and they're both worth watching. Of Gods and Men is really good. So definitely watch all that. Anytime, Victor, anytime. I love doing it. All right, let me just do one quick check of the news and make sure that we didn't miss some big-ass thing going on or something. I don't really see much, guys. Do you remember that freaky guy that used to sell sham wows? He's running for office in Texas. I just thought I'd let you know. That crazy sham wow guy. He's running as a Republican. That's interesting. No, I haven't received anything I know of here. Let me check. Nope. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with YouTube tonight. Hopefully that will resolve itself. But anyway. All right, everybody. Tomorrow we all go back to work. I some of us do. Listen to me yawning. All right, everybody. I'm gonna go. I haven't even ate my dinner yet, so I'm gonna go do that next. And thanks for being here, everybody. And I hope you guys enjoyed the talk tonight about the about all the different fan productions that are out there. So many absolutely great fan productions out there. All right, and if there's nothing else, I wonder why that one went off. Interesting. All right, I guess if there's nothing else, we're going to go ahead and clear for the night. It's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed it. So there we go. All right, I'll check on it, Red. I don't know what. I'm not showing it here either, but I bet you it will be there once I clear and reset. It'll be. I'll check. I'll let you know. Just in case I don't get it, I'll let you know. All right, and so there we go, guys. If there's nothing else, I'm going to get going. All right, very good. And this coming weekend, a programming note. Not sure which day. One day I'm going out adventuring, and I'm going to have the laptop. I'm going to have everything hooked up. I'm going to have the cameras in the car. I'm going to do the whole thing, and we are going to do what NASA calls a plugs out test, where we actually go and test everything and make sure it works. But I'm going to actually go out and work some radio, do some parks, take you guys on an adventure. We're going to try the mobile rig. I may go out to a cemetery or to Manatee Park, or go to the beach maybe, and walk around with the mobile rig a little bit, and see how it works with the gimbal and everything. So I am planning on testing and training for myself this weekend, which will involve you guys. So that'll be fun. So I'll let you know. We'll get online, and you'll get your notifications that we are live. So, that's what I got. I am so tired. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. My name's Ian. This is Starship Adventures. We are live in North Fort Myers, Florida, for the show we call The Sights and Sounds of Earth. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, right back here at 9 p.m. Eastern. Good night, everybody. 7-3s. Have a safe tomorrow.